What's happening, audience? I'm gonna make another video. This video, I wanna make it short, and I just wanna send a message and speak my piece. As always, there's two corrupt sides of masculine and feminine. In this case, like you may call the narcissist or the psychopath or the empath or a person who is virtue signaling and shit like that, right? To just both of them are toxic. If you see what's going on in the world, you'll see that all the problems that are happening, it's because of that. It's that unselective openness. It's usually this world of empaths, right? Who are so bent over backwards to create the best possible conditions for some psychopaths and a narcissist, right? They both work for evil. The empath and the narcissist, they're both evil people. You understand? Like, I'm taking my fucking gloves off here. They're both evil people. Just watch what's really going on, like in a society. This false empathy is creating all sorts of, let's just open up the boundaries and let mix everybody, the criminals, and it's like, no, we have to have this false empathy for everybody. They call it compassion. It's not compassion. They lack compassion. This is why they have this false empathy. And they have to compensate for the fact that because they're full of shit, they are rotten in their hearts. So they have to create in their minds and paint themselves as a good person. And they're so dependent on that because God forbid they're going to have to look at their own crap. And the looking at their own crap is exactly what they need to do, because that's when it starts burning it all up. Okay? And eventually, if a person burns through their own crap, whether it's narcissist or an empath, they do find out that indeed that there's only reason there was a crap is because they were not looking at it. And they do find out their true self and soul, where there's a genuine compassion and a genuine empathy, right? And a genuine leadership, or the genuine power, which is what the narcissist is trying to achieve. Okay? So enough of this shit. Okay? Enough of this sugarcoating bullshit. I'm very happy that the laws are being enforced and both sides are being jailed. These toxic, they're usually women. They're not just women. There are a lot of men in there too. These are toxic empaths where they fucking paint their fucking face and their hair in the different fucking ways. And they're just beaming this insecurity. And no, we have to be considerate of everybody. And then, of course, they get mobbed, robbed, or whatever the fuck, happens. Evil. Okay? Stop fucking around, because you're gonna get in trouble. The law is finally waking up and keeping these people responsible. Who, woke is basically what it is. It's this false empathy, right? It's this false empathy. It's really the evil that is masquerading behind it. Like, well, let's just accept everybody. Well, this person wants to cut off the genitals. Let's just let this kid cut off the genitals. We have to. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're condoning evil. So you are evil, and you do deserve to be locked up in jail. This is what Jordan Peterson was like petitioning against. Elon Musk right now, Joe Rogan, Trump, all these men who recognize the toxicity of this false empathy and they're powerful men, are enforcing these laws and jailing the people who are engaging in this type of activity. So be fucking aware and be very careful. The gloves are off. You're not going to be treated nicely. The same thing goes with the narcissist. The same things go with the psychopaths. You know, the Fauci's, the Bill Gates, and these other controllers, and the sickos. Both of them are sickos, and I really want to say that you have to recognize the sickness in both sides, in the empath and in the narcissist. Okay. All right. And we're dealing with them, and that is what causes all this alchemy that needs to be burned up within us to keep ourselves not to go into the narcissist and not to go into this empath. Okay, gotta stay steady, calibrate, and the more you stay in, the more you set the boundaries, punish both sides if they try to fuck with you. The more society is going to try to keep them responsible for the treason of of all this. The justice is here, and it will continue. You'll see, it's already happening. There is a genuine compassion. There is a genuine truth. Um, there is a correct masculine, and there is a correct feminine. So, and I'm gonna continue call out both toxic sides. I'm gonna continue calling out the dark side, the empath and narcissist. Okay, that's what's just gonna keep on happening. Um, and I know some people that are in my circles are like that. I recognize that energy. I recognize that toxicity. I recognize that false positivity and that like inclusion of everybody, including the criminals, and and all that fucking nonsense. It doesn't work like that. Um, Fundamentally, everybody is capable of being free from the corruption, but it does not come from default, by default. It does not come from your wishful thinking. It is hard work. It is an alchemical process. It does require a type of mastery of alchemy for that to happen. Only upon facing the deepest disorder could you bring any kind of order to life. It's a fact, it's a consciousness principle. And that is it. And in fact, the secret desire by all of these empaths and all these narcissists is to give up and surrender that part of them that is toxic and seeking that pacification. I know how it works. I know their deepest desires. I know how consciousness works. I know why they are sometimes flying into the light and to the flame like a moth and burning it all up. I know why. Um, you see what I'm trying to say? At the same time, they're afraid of truth and very attracted to it because there is a secret desire of burning it all up and not needing to pacify it anymore and be free and liberated. And that happens if they need to be locked up for that realization to come in and give up and realize that, like, yeah, we're not living in this type of world. Everything in the physical world must be separated correctly. Anything in a soul world must be united correctly. And everything has to be organized in the right type of order. And the harmony will be there, but it has to be done right. All right. So empath and narcissist are both evil. Peace, and I'll see you next.